forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 0015 on Wednesday, the 28th of March. There are warnings of gales in Viking, north at Sierra, south at Sierra, Forties, Cromarty, Fisher, White, Portland, Plymouth, Biscay, Fitzroy, Seoul, Rockall, Hebrides, Bailey, Faroes and South East Iceland. The general synopsis at 1800. Low Bailey, 985, expected 250 miles west of Bailey, 980 by 1800 Wednesday. Low Seoul, 1011, expected Germany, 995 by same time. The area forecast for the next 24 hours, Viking, north at Sierra, south at Sierra, northeast 40s. Southeasterly 6 to gale 8, occasionally severe gale 9, except in north at Sierra. Occasional sleet, good, occasionally poor. Southwest 40s, Cromarty. Cyclonic 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8 in far northeast. Rain, moderate, occasionally poor. 4th Tyne West Dogger, westerly 5, showers, good. East Dogger, southeasterly, becoming cyclonic 5 to 7, rain, poor. Fisher, east 6 to gale 8, perhaps severe gale 9 later, rain, poor. German Bight, east becoming cyclonic 5 to 7, perhaps gale 8 later, rain, poor. Humber, Thames, cyclonic, becoming west 4 or 5, rain, fog patches, moderate, occasionally very poor. Dover, White, Portland, Plymouth. West 5, becoming cyclonic 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8, except in Dover, then becoming west 6 later, rain and fog patches, then showers, moderate, occasionally very poor at first. Biscay, west 6 to gale 8, veering northwest 6, rain, showers later, good, occasionally poor. Trafalgar, north or northwest 5 or 6, rain in north, good, occasionally moderate. Fitzroy Seoul, cyclonic, becoming northwest, then backing west later 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8, rain then thundery showers, good, occasionally poor. Lundy, Fastnet, west 5, veering northwest, then backing southwest later 5 to 7, rain then showers, poor, becoming good. Irish Sea, west 5, backing southwest 6 later, rain then showers, moderate, becoming good. Shannon, northwest, backing southwest 5 to 7, thundery showers, good, occasionally poor. Rockall, Malin, west 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8 in Rockall, backing south 5 to 7 later, wintry showers, good, occasionally poor. Hebrides, southwest 7 to severe gale 9, backing south 5, rain then showers, good, occasionally poor. Bailey, cyclonic, gale 8 to storm 10, becoming southeast 5 later, rain then showers, good, occasionally poor. Faroes, southeast Iceland, cyclonic until later in southwest, otherwise easterly or southeasterly 7 to severe gale 9, occasionally storm 10, except in Faroe, rain, moderate or poor. Now the weather reports from coastal stations for 2300. Tyree automatic, west-southwest 4, 9 miles, 1000, rising slowly. Stornoway, southwest 4, recent rain, 11 miles, 996, rising slowly. Lerwick, southeast 7, continuous slight rain, 3 miles, 1004, falling more slowly. Wick automatic, southeast 5, moderate rain, 4 miles, 998, rising slowly. Aberdeen, east by north 1, slight rain, 1300 metres, 998, falling slowly. Lucas, west 4, 24 miles, 999, falling slowly. Boomer, southwest by west 2, 22 miles, 1001, rising more slowly. Bridlington, west by north 3, 1003, rising slowly. Sandusky light vessel automatic, west by north 4, 1006, rising slowly. Greenwich Light Vessel Automatic, southwest by south 6, 11 miles, 1008, rising more slowly. St. Catherine's Point Automatic, west by north 4, 1009, rising more slowly. Jersey, southwest by west 4, mist 3 miles, 1012, falling slowly. Channel Light Vessel Automatic, west by south 4, 11 miles, 1011, rising more slowly. Scilly Automatic, north 1, slight drizzle, 1 mile, 1010, falling. Milford Haven, west 3, 14 miles, 1008, falling slowly. Aberporth, southwest by west 3, 13 miles, 1007, falling slowly. Valley, west 3, 24 miles, 1006, falling slowly. Liverpool Crosby, west-southwest 3, 16 miles, 1005, falling slowly. Valencia, west by south 3, slight rain, 9 miles, 1009, now rising. Ronaldsway, west by south 3, 16 miles, 1004, falling slowly. Malin Head, west-southwest 4, 6 miles, 1002, falling more slowly. Machrihanish Automatic, west by south 5, 9 miles, 1002, falling slowly. Now here's the weather forecast for the inshore waters of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, valid for the following 24 hours, issued by the Met Office at 2300 on Tuesday the 27th of March. The general situation: complex areas of low pressure will maintain a cyclonic and unsettled period of weather across the British Isles. Cape Wrath to Rattray Head, including Orkney, southeasterly 6 to gale 8 at first near Orkney, otherwise southwesterly 4 or 5, becoming variable 3 or 4, then cyclonic 5 to 7 later, occasionally gale 8 later in far north. Occasional rain in northeast, otherwise showers, moderate or good, occasionally poor in northeast. Rattray Head to Berwick-upon-Tweed, southeasterly 6 or 7 at first in far north, otherwise southwesterly, veering westerly 4 or 5, then becoming variable 3 or 4 later. Occasional rain in far north, otherwise showers, moderate or good, occasionally poor in far north. Berwick-upon-Tweed to Whitby, west 4 or 5, becoming variable, then west later 3 or 4, showers later, good. Whitby to Gibraltar Point, west 4 or 5, becoming variable, then west later 3 or 4, rain or showers for a time, good, becoming moderate or poor for a time. Gibraltar Point to North Foreland, westerly 4 or 5, becoming variable 3 or 4 for a time, rain for a time, good, becoming moderate or poor for a time. North Foreland to Selseybill, westerly, becoming cyclonic for a time 4 or 5, increasing 6 at times, rain for a time, showers later, good, becoming moderate or poor for a time. Selseybill to Lyme Regis, west, becoming cyclonic for a time 4 or 5, increasing 6 at times, rain for a time, showers later, good, becoming moderate or poor for a time. Lyme Regis to Land's End, including the Isles of Scilly, cyclonic 3 or 4, increasing 5 or 6, becoming northwesterly, then backing southwesterly later, rain then showers, moderate, occasionally poor, becoming good. Land's End to St. David's Head, including the Bristol Channel, west 3 or 4, veering northwest, then backing south later 4 or 5, rain then showers, moderate or poor, becoming good. St. David's Head to Great Orme Head, including St. George's Channel, west backing southwest later 4 or 5, rain for a time, then showers, good, occasionally moderate at first. Great Orme Head to the Mull of Galloway, west or northwest, backing southwest later 4 or 5, showers for a time, mainly good. Isle of Man, west or northwest 3 or 4, becoming variable 2 or 3 later, showers at first, good, occasionally moderate at first. Loch Foyle to Carlingford Loch, westerly 4 or 5, occasionally 6 in north, backing southerly 3 or 4 later, showers, good. Mull of Galloway to the Mull of Kintyre, including the Firth of Clyde and North Channel. Southwesterly, veering westerly 4 or 5, then backing southerly 3 or 4 later. Showers, fair later, good. Mull of Kintyre to Ardnamurchan Point, west or southwest 5 or 6, backing south 4 or 5 later. Showers, good. Ardnamurchan Point to Cape Wrath, southwest 5 to 7, becoming variable 3 or 4 later. Showers, good. And finally Shetland Isles, easterly or southeasterly 6 to gale 8, occasionally severe gale 9 at first in far west, decreasing 4 or 5 later in northeast. Rain at times, moderate or good, occasionally poor. Well, that's the end of the shipping bulletin, bringing us to the end of our broadcasting day here on BBC Radio 4. So all that's left is for me, Mairead Devlin, on behalf of all of us here at Broadcasting House in London, to thank you very much for listening and to wish you a very safe and peaceful night. Good night.
Midnight GMT. Hello, I'm Roger Hearing, and this is Business Matters on the BBC World Service. We're connecting the time zones. Today we're live in Hong Kong and Los Angeles. Coming up on the program, the guest in Beijing. North Korea's reclusive leader makes a secret trip to see his key ally. But what's Kim Jong-un been talking about to China's leadership?
Kim Jong-un first reached out to Washington to President Trump and got Trump's acceptance to the invitation to a summit, and that made China feel quite anxious about being excluded from the conversation.
Also, Africa gets into the business of providing the world with luxury goods. The first premium self-drive car, Jaguar, gets into autonomous vehicles. And who goes to the theatre anymore? That's Business Matters here on the BBC, coming up after the latest news.
BBC News with Sue Montgomery. Chinese state media says President Xi Jinping has held talks in Beijing with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. There had been speculation that Mr. Kim was on his first foreign trip in 7 years, after a train associated with the North Korean leadership was spotted in the Chinese capital. The visit comes ahead of proposed discussions between the United States and North Korea over its nuclear and ballistic missile program. China has traditionally brokered international talks with Pyongyang, but it's unclear what role it will have in the forthcoming negotiations. The Russian politician Konstantin Kosachev has told the BBC that the British government used political blackmail to persuade its international allies to carry out a series of expulsions of Russian envoys. More than 20 countries have expelled over 100 diplomats following the poisoning of a former Russian spy, Sergei Skripal, in Britain 3 weeks ago. Mr. Kosachev, who chairs the Foreign Affairs Committee in the upper house of the Russian parliament, said he believed his country should continue to match the expulsions measure for measure.
My personal opinion would be to expel more diplomats in case of United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom has initiated this provocation, this diplomatic war against Russia. But otherwise, for other countries, the response should be absolutely symmetric. 60 from the United States, 60 from Russia. 4 from Germany, 4 from Russia. And so on and so forth.
Sergei Skripal's niece said she believes he and his daughter, who was also poisoned, have just a 1% chance of survival. Victoria Skripal told the BBC she had no idea who was behind the attack.
Who did it? I just don't know. I really don't know. Our side say it was the British secret services. The British say it was the Russians. I don't know, and I don't really want to hazard a guess. I think it was some third party, someone who wanted to cause problems between us and the UK.
A former dean of Michigan State University who supervised the disgraced USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar has himself been charged with criminal sexual conduct. William D. Strumpel is accused of inappropriately touching two students and of storing nude photos of others on his office computer, along with a video of Nassar abusing a patient under the guise of medical treatment. Mr. Strumpel's lawyer, John Dackmack, said his client denied those and other charges.
My client denies that he ever engaged in any inappropriate touching of anyone, any student or otherwise. He denies that there was any quid pro quo for sexual favors in exchange for any type of standing within the university or the medical school.
BBC News. Ethiopia's governing coalition has elected Abiy Ahmed as its new leader. He comes from the country's largest ethnic group, the Oromo, which has been at the centre of 3 years of anti-government protests. He will automatically become Prime Minister, taking over from Haile Mariam Desalegn, who abruptly announced his resignation last month. Russian officials in Syria say that 27 people have been killed and more than 50 wounded in Damascus by shelling from rebel groups. The Russian military said that there were 6 bombardments. Earlier, thousands more people, including many rebel fighters, left eastern Ghouta as government forces further tightened their grip. Sebastian Usher reports.
The Syrian government and its Russian backers have justified their all-out onslaught on eastern Ghouta as essential to stop the shelling of areas in Damascus. These latest bombardments do not appear, however, to have come from there, but from further south. Russian officials say that those responsible are in the Yarmouk district. This was once home to a large Palestinian refugee camp, but only a few thousand remain there now. Also still there is the Islamic State group, after other rebel factions left.
Representatives of Kosovo's Serb minority have left their government posts a day after police fired tear gas at nationalist Serb protesters and briefly detained a Serbian official in the town of Mitrovica. The town lies in a mainly Serb pocket of Kosovo. The Serb-list party held 3 ministerial positions. Its leader, Goran Rakic, said it was impossible to remain silent after the attack. The government of Ecuador says 2 journalists and their driver have been kidnapped in the coastal province of Esmeraldas, near the border with Colombia. There have been several attacks on the military and police in the area in recent weeks, which the government has blamed on former members of the Colombian rebel group, the FARC. BBC News.
Hello and welcome to Business Matters. I'm Ron.